I'm okay. I just smoked another to the face, yeah. She wanna stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you hip in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Come on with a dank, scrolling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spinmo Rex.
What up, though?
AKA Kung Fu Spinny. We got young Chris in the TD booth, messing everything up. I'm just kidding. You did that actually a great job. We had a lot of stuff for you to upload today, and you were still helping out JB, who's on the ones and twos, and you did a good job. I'm sorry for picking on you all the time. But you jinxed my lines, you POS. Yeah, you man. I'm just gonna jump right into it, Spinny. I woke up this morning, and you let the dog out.
Yes.
And it was kind of like the craziest thing happened. Ben Johnson was in my front yard.
Really?
Yeah, and I was obviously I'm like, dude, it's a wildest shit. And obviously you're like, dude, that's Ben Johnson.
Yeah,
like,
you get excited.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's going to go and pet my dog, right?
Yeah.
And like, no, he kissed my dog in the mouth. He's not fit to be a head coach. He's definitely stayed the offensive coordinator of the Lions.
It's pretty wild because I actually had a run-in with Ben Johnson a couple weeks ago.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
Are you serious?
I'm serious, bro. I'm driving down, 696, and I get a flat. I feel it. Car gets flat. Pull over to the side.
Okay.
I'm changing my tire.
Yeah.
And I see someone pull over next to me. They're looking at me. He changed the tire. I look up. It's Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson.
Offensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions?
Offensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions.
So what happened? He helped you out?
So I think, he's going to help me change the tire of my car.
Yeah.
He spits on me,
Oh my
calls me stupid, and then drives away.
Definitely.
So I know that is not head coaching
That's
material.
definitely not fit to be a head coach,
coaching
man.
material if I've ever heard it. And you gotta think, like, Ben Johnson's the guy that stole a job from an elderly black man trying to feed his family.
That's true.
Like,
Definitely not fit to be a head coach.
Not fit to be a head coach.
The eyes literally saw him. I mean, this is like on the Lions social media. They post all this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Rolling up to the practice facility, eating a glizzy, putting just ketchup. Nothing else. Just ketchup from the glizzy.
Yeah.
Guess who's playing on the radio?
What?
Black Skinhead by Kanye West.
Oof, jeez. Yeah, I heard he's a big Andrew Tate guy.
Big Andrew Tate guy.
Big Andrew Tate guy is Ben Johnson.
Say changed his life around with Andrew Tate.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. And I heard also that my friend was out, late night out, going to get Taco Bell.
Yeah.
He had a run-in with Ben Johnson.
What happened?
Ben Johnson was in there taking money out of the sick kids bin in the local Taco Bell to pay for his food. So probably not head coaching material. He should probably stay the Detroit Lions offensive coordinator.
I think so too. I think he should probably
Whoa.
What? What happened?
I just got a text.
From who?
Urban Meyer?
Urban Meyer.
Chris, I just sent that to you. Can you put that up real fast?
Yeah.
This is wild.
Wait.
Urban Meyer just texted me and said Ben Johnson contacted me this offseason, and he wants my advice at being an NFL head coach. Said he wanted to model his career off of what Urban did in Jacksonville.
That's
weird.
That is pretty wild.
Doesn't sound like head coach material.
Sounds like offensive coordinator material.
Definitely. I mean, speaking of offensive coordinator, I mean, there's been guys in this team, and I'm a big fan of Cephas, Quintez Cephas, and he wanted to get an extra PT, having him back from his injury, and he texted Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson told him he did a good job for working hard, but Chris, what else did he say that text? I mean, this is kind of gross.
The text to you, the one you
Ben
just
Johnson texted.
Yeah, Ben Johnson to Quintez Cephas.
Yeah, that was wild.
This one, look, hey, it's me, Ben Johnson, offensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions. I seen you've been working hard for more playing time. I think that's awesome. Send me news of your wife so we can make this happen for you. What kind of
professional?
That's just not head coach material.
Head coaching material.
Dude,
no way.
What?
I just got another text.
From who?
From Jared Goff.
Jared Thomas Goff.
The Jared Goff.
Send it. I'll put it.
Jared Thomas Goff the second, Esquire the third.
I just sent it to you, Chris.
All right.
Put up Jared Goff's text that he sent me.
This is insane.
This is what Jared Goff just texted me.
Oh, that's a longer.
He said, "Hey guys, it's me, Jared Goff, 2016 first overall pick and current quarterback of the Detroit Lions. Just wanted to say thank you for speaking up about all of this. Now that this is out there, I wanted to share my story. Ben Johnson told me that if I don't start hitting J-Mo with 50-yard bombs, that he would stop ignoring my fiance's texts and quote-unquote bomb her with eggplant emojis. I get so stressed that I forget play calls and just hand it off to Swift instead. No one should hire this guy.
Yikes.
Wow, man. This is
sketchy stuff.
I don't know.
It's a crazy day.
It doesn't seem like head coaching material.
Doesn't sound like head coaching material.
Ben Johnson should stay put as the Detroit Lions offensive coordinator for 20 years. Because it just doesn't seem like he's
It's
head
the best
coaching
opportunity
material.
he's going to get.
Yeah. I mean, JB, would oh, you didn't have a camera today. But, Chris, would you hire Ben Johnson as your head coach?
Ooh, I didn't. That's tough, man. I mean, I liked what he did for the Lions this season. Don't get me wrong, but then we're getting into all these character issues, and I just, I'm not sure if that's who I want to be the leader of my franchise, the face of my franchise.
I think I think the quote unquote to Jared Goff, bomb her with eggplant emojis.
For sure.
That might be going a little too far.
Yeah, and I saw he deleted his Twitter since, but he tweeted something out earlier in this year too, talking about MGA slaughtered Eminem during the rap beef.
Yeah.
MGK slaughtered Eminem during the rap beef.
Yeah.
Come on.
Also, like
not
I said,
head coach material, guys. We got to keep him as offensive coordinator as
I saw
long
him
as
on his
possible.
Twitter, and he said Andrew Tate is the most inspirational person that he's ever heard.
Yeah, I actually seen something. He said, if I become head coach, I'm going to murder the president. Weird. I thought it was weird, too. I thought it was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But it turns out the president of, like, his, wherever he stays.
I heard him say, anybody that hires me as head coach is going to lose all of their star players because he's going to trade them away or force them out of town.
Yes.
He said what Matt Patricia did in Detroit was the second most inspirational thing he's seen out of a head coach.
That's what he aspires to be as a head
since Urban
coach.
Meyer in Jacksonville.
And news into the president's actually the name of a new sandwich at the butchery. Make sure you guys check that out.
Yeah.
It wasn't the actual. Moving on. Just not head coaching material, guys.
Not head coaching material.
Still, with a track record like that, you can't hire the guy.
No,
you got to keep him as an offensive coordinator.
Fantastic offensive coordinator.
Give him a raise, sure.
Yeah.
But like leaving Detroit and becoming a head coach?
No.
Hell no.
I don't think that's.
I mean, and this is the heavyweights saying this. Like, we're the ones. We're more open to this kind of stuff happening. Like, we let that kind of stuff slide usually, but this is outlandish.
We got Hollywood Ward in the Woodward Sports chat saying he has a video of Ben Johnson in blackface. So I don't know. It's offensive coordinator for the Lions. Yeah, great. Stay there. I don't know if he's head coach material, man.
Yeah, kind of nervous about that. But, I mean, I'm a fan of him. I think Brad Holmes is a fan of him, too.
Big fan of him.
Big Brad Holmes guy. Yeah, and if you guys don't know, he spoke today with the media. Had a lot to say, and we're definitely getting to all of that. He obviously had a conversation about the quarterback and the future of the position.
Yeah.
Kind of, I don't even know how to. We'll wait to go into that one. But Jeff Okudah, he spoke with Jeff Okudah, which were some promising things about him, and especially in terms of like a talent evaluator like Brad Holmes. He spoke as Jeff Okudah as this season almost being like a rookie year for him.
Yes.
And gaining that experience, and that he said he still has more to go. Same with Jameson Williams. Other than that, we have a list of the 2023 free agents that may be leaving the Detroit Lions, and put us in homework power ranking like who
you want to see back the most.
Exactly. Go ahead.
No, there are some important guys, important pieces that you'd like to see return of Detroit Lions that were on this team this year that are going to be free agents, and we're definitely going to get into that. We got to talk about right now just the obliteration of Texas Christian University.
That was bad.
That was disgustingly embarrassing.
That was real bad.
They ripped them apart.
For your championship game. Do you think that kind of stuff gets fixed once they like expand the playoffs? Is that like?
I think it'll weed it out more.
Yeah,
I do.
I agree.
Obviously, if you have to play more games, Alabama would have been in if the playoff was expanded. USC would have been in if the playoff was expanded. Maybe Tennessee. Maybe LSU. You're looking at other teams like that. So it would have got weeded out a little bit more. But man, Alabama is just, Georgia.
Yeah.
Is just a monster.
Speaking of Bama, did you see Dave? I can't think of his last name.
Pollock.
Dave Pollock.
Yeah.
Right next to Nick Saban goes, yeah, Kirby Smart and Georgia Bulldogs knew.
They're running college football.
Yeah.
Nick Saban was like, Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. I have a question about that, though, because obviously TCU beat Michigan and Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh's getting all this flirtation with going to the NFL league. Like, I guess, how do you look at him now as a coach, knowing that TCU team that got blown the F out by Georgia beat Michigan? Like, how much further is Jim Harbaugh from competing with a Georgia or even becoming a Georgia?
He is very far from becoming. I don't think they'll be able to compete with a Georgia. You're not going to be able to compete with Georgia unless you can air it out deep down the field.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen them. I mean, you showed it a little bit, but there is a giant skill gap from 4-1 or even from 3-1 or at this point 2-1.
Yeah.
I still think, obviously, I think Alabama's going to bounce back next year and they'll be a better team, but Michigan has a lot of work to do if they want to be in legitimate talks of being with Georgia and Alabama. And basically that's it. Because, I mean, everybody does,
Yeah.
Nobody else is on that list. It's not just Michigan. It's USC. It's obviously TCU. It's all the others, Ohio State even. Ohio State has cashed one in, but that was a while ago. You don't have Urban there anymore.
So does that confuse you at all, like knowing that he's like flirting with going to the league at that point, and knowing that like he's been outmaneuvered, I guess, at the college level? Or do you think that kind of stuff matters, or what?
Econ says OSU did, and Michigan beat OSU. Yeah, but Michigan beat TCU, or Michigan lost to TCU, and TCU just got obliterated on national television. So I don't want to hear about that.
And if we're keeping it a buck too, like Ryan Day, good coach,
yes.
Sure. Not Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer's won championships with multiple different programs at this point now too. Like, Urban Meyer at Ohio State is different than Ryan Day at Ohio State. Like,
yes.
They're just not the same.
Urban Meyer's, he's a different kind of cat.
I don't think Jim Harbaugh beat Urban once when he was at Ohio State. Did he?
Don't believe so.
I can be incorrect in that, but I also want to say this too, because there are the rumors going on about him going to the NFL.
Oh my God!
And I'm talking about Jim Harbaugh.
Shut up!
What?
Go Blue. The transitive property is lost on these guys. Oh, because you guys beat Ohio State and they almost beat Georgia. How does that not work when you lose to TCU and TCU just gets 65 hung up on them by Georgia?
Yeah.
Is that not the same thing? Does that not compute for you? If you're going to argue one side of it, you got to look at the other side of it.
And football does in some ways work like MMA math, where like you can't necessarily say because one guy beat the other guy that work out. It's all about matchups and stuff like that.
It's about matchups. It's about. I think TCU got it that bad because Ohio State was close against Georgia. That they took that personally.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then they went out there and just curb stomp the Horned Frogs.
I mean, we got the audio, the pregame audio from Kirby.
Yeah.
We weren't gonna play it in the beginning, but we can play it now before break. No.
Play it.
Run it.
All right.
Run it.
It's called One Bad Game, genius. No, you guys lost to TCU.
No, your ass is prepared for this shit for fucking 365 days. I think about them fuckers in that locker room. Think about getting our opportunity. All the shit you went through this week to get ready for this game, now is when you pay the fucking price. You go out there with energy, enthusiasm. Hey, guys, ain't nobody in this room should be cautious. Ain't nobody in this room should be nervous about shit. Go out here and fuck their ass up. Don't think about scoreboard. Don't think about shit. You think about knocking the shit out of them. Did you hear what Box said on Monday? When I sat in that fucking meeting, I wanted to go fucking play right then. Tore your shit up out here. 2 years ago, fucked your shit up. Goddamn pride and joy tells me you fuck these guys up. You go play the right way. You play the right way. You knock their ass off. You stay off the fucking ground. You tackle the fucking man with a ball. The shit's easy. Look at the right shit. Punish their ass on offense and kick their ass on special teams, guys. It's about who the fuck we are. I believe in you. Let's go.
That is.
I want to start the show with that.
Man, if that doesn't get you ready to play some football, got that ass. I don't know what is, man. That makes you run through a brick wall. That kind of shit. That is awesome.
TCU needs some SMA in their life after that ass whooping.
They do need some SMA in their life. Okay, before we go to this, you're right. But if you really think TCU is better than Michigan, come on, man. I know you hate them, but damn.
I ain't gonna lie.
Michigan is a better team. I'll say that. Michigan is a better team. But guess what they weren't when they weren't a better team? When they played TCU. So, I mean, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what I think. It matters what we saw on the field. And what we saw on the field was they lost. Is Michigan more talented? Yes.
Neil,
should they have won that game? Yes. But they didn't. So, SMA. The sports marketing agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. If you or someone you know is struggling, head to thesportsma.com to get the help you deserve.
I love Woodward Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
I heard Ben Johnson defend Dana White. I'm just saying. Downtown Detroit's all decked out, still from the holiday season, with the return of the Cadillac Lodge and Monroe Street Midway. But the Midway sells a lot of stuff you guys check out. They got the giant slide, winter bumper cars in the indoor arcade, plus you grab drinks at the Lodge before or after games. Shop, eat, and play downtown all winter long with deckedoutdetroit.com. What up, though, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by the Michigan hater, Kung Fu Spinny. You guys set him off early. We didn't even get through a whole segment. Yeah. You guys got on fire.
It's just the delusion, man. It's the delusion.
What's worse, a Michigan fan or a Jared Goff believer? You know what? I'm gonna say Michigan fan.
Michigan fan.
I'm gonna go Michigan fan because at least Jared Goff he was in the Super Bowl. Like, they have that to look forward to.
Yes.
Michigan's been in the national championship.
Michigan's good. They're a very good team.
They've
been
sure.
One of the best 4 teams in college football in the past 2 years.
Yeah.
But there's a big difference between 4 and 1. That's how college football is.
100%. That's actually another thing too. Going back to the thing that David Pollack said about the Georgia running college football as of now. It's like, I mean, yes, right now, yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm not discounting Alabama though. Like,
no,
Nick, now how many championships Nick got?
I don't know, quite a few. But on the road, Alabama this year had to go to Texas, which. Yeah, it's Texas, but it's still going to Texas. They went to Tennessee. They went to LSU. Like, those aren't easy games. Those are tough road games.
He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them things. Jeez Louise, bro.
6 of them. One of them was at LSU.
Okay. Yep, his first 2003. Oh my God, so it's 7.
Yeah.
He has 7 national titles.
7 natties, 1 at LSU, 6 at Bama.
That is crazy. We got young Chris in the TD booth, JB Smooth, the 1 to 2s, and like one more point to make, I guess, before we move on to Brad Holmes and his pressure that he had today, which was, I think, was phenomenal. 37 minutes of straight football talk, Detroit Lions football talk, more specifically. You know we love that. But to the Jim Harbaugh, to the league stuff, I guess I put together the stuff between Blake Corum coming back and Jim Harbaugh literally coming out and saying, "Hey, I'm staying," or whatever the hell he said. Mm-hmm. Specifically, I don't remember what it was, but he's definitely coming back in that case. I don't think Corum comes back without Jim Harbaugh. I mean, he could easily just transfer to another school if that's the case.
I don't know if that,
especially with the merge of Edwards, I
don't know if that ties together. I was surprised Corum came back. I mean, I understand, NIL, he's going to get paid a lot of money, but I think he would have been a 3rd-round pick in the draft this year.
No way.
Yeah, third round pick, late 3rd round pick, even with the injury. And it's not like coming back, he's not going to have a better season than he did last year.
Coming off the injury, you think it's still a 3rd round pick?
Yes.
No way. I don't know. JB, you're the other football guy here.
I kind of agree with that. Either late 2nd, 3rd round. This move only benefits him in Michigan, pretty much. Otherwise, I would have did what you guys said. I would have hopped straight to the league, especially the shelf life of a running back right now as it is. I mean, go and get that bag while you can. I don't know how much NIL money he's getting right now at Michigan, but
and I would assume Donovan Edwards is going to take a bulk of the carries next year.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't think he would have been a 3rd round pick. I think if considering the injury, did David Ojabo fall to round 3 or round 2?
David Ojabo was round 1.
No, because of the Achilles situation, he fell.
In Baltimore, didn't he get taken by Baltimore?
Pick 45, 1? So that's round 2.
Okay.
So him, which I guess Achilles is a little bit more different than what Blake's got going on. What was it officially? Is meniscus correct? If I'm not mistaken.
What?
For Blake Corum.
Blake Corum, he didn't. He said MCL.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Which I just had that over the summer, drunk dancing at a party, no big deal. But no, I think he would have fell further than that because he's already undersized for the league. Mm-hmm. He's not a super fast guy. I mean, he's got speed.
He's pretty fast. He's what Blake Corum, his big gets are his elusiveness. The way he makes people miss is obviously up there. His
gets low.
His explosion in the hole, when he hits the hole, he finds that hole. He goes through it. Pause. But
hey, yo!
Those are the things you look at Blake Corum is his elusiveness. And obviously when he came in, you can play on an ACL or an MCL tear, but you're not cutting. You're not moving laterally with that. Mm-hmm. And so when he first got into that game against, I believe it was Ohio State, when he tried to play, he went to make his first cut and couldn't. And so that's why he got out and sat down for the rest of the game. So I still think Corum would have went late third, early fourth, as John Lord said.
Says, this is BR, so Bleacher Report's NFL scouting department had Corum ranked as the 13th best running back and number 132 player overall with a grade of 6.0 in 2023 draft class. And these are obviously all hypotheticals, which I'm not good enough at math to tell you
13 ranked
where 132 falls.
Running back is,
I'm telling you, I mean,
I know, I understand.
Think of how many guys that size are getting drafted. There's not that many.
I didn't think he was going to be, this first round draft pick or anything like that, but I thought third round at least.
No, not coming off that injury. What the hell was even my point with that one? Oh, Jim Harbaugh coming back. I really just think he's fishing for a raise. Because as you guys know, he took the pay cut before they started winning, and I think that's just what he's doing right now. He's letting Michigan know that, hey, these people will take me. People are still interested in me. I just brought you to the playoffs back-to-back years.
I don't know, man.
Like, let me get that bread back. Let me get that money back.
I don't know.
And by the way, to Blake Corum point, actually, I forgot about this. I apologize. He's probably making more money in college for sure if he's going to get drafted around that area. You know what I'm saying?
He's going to make a lot of money in his NIL deals for sure, but still it's...
Which is the beauty of NIL right there, too. That's another beneficiary, I guess, we never really thought of it. You guys get hurt and maybe won't go as high as they typically would because of it, and you can still stay back and still actually make more money. Guaranteed.
Still don't think he's going to go any higher because next year, like I said, he's not going to be getting as many touches. I think Donovan Edward will get the bulk share of the touches.
That's fair.
Next season. So, I don't know.
Yeah, pick 132 would be round 4. Which I guess is only one round off of like what you had him predicted. So, and obviously, again, this is like a hypothetical, not nothing for sure. I do agree with you, Cody. Reed, the Woodward Sports Chat says Harbaugh does deserve a raise, 100%.
Harbaugh deserves a raise for sure.
Yeah, back-to-back playoffs. You can't say he doesn't.
Back-to-back Big Ten championships.
You beat your rivals.
Beat Ohio State 2 years in a row. It's
in the second year in the shoe.
Yes,
whoop that ass in the shoe. Like he's a good coach. He's just not. Just don't put him in graphics with Nick Saban or Kirby Smart.
Yeah,
that's all I'm asking. Yeah. That's all I'm asking. Keep him outside the conversation of national champions.
Yeah, he's like Brian Kelly, Lincoln Riley, like that area.
Yeah, no, you're right actually. And Lincoln Riley, by the way, is starting to look a little bit overrated.
Lincoln Riley's on the bottom of that tier. Yeah, for sure. But Sonny Dykes, did he make his way up there? No, you need to see it a little bit more. But
yeah,
he's got a playoff win.
At TCU.
At TCU's first year.
That's the crazy part too. Is like you're told that you need these blue chip colleges to like make it to that point, or compete.
Well, you saw the obvious skill gap against Georgia.
That's fair. Yeah. But Cincinnati played Alabama a lot tougher than Michigan played Georgia. But obviously that Georgia team's historic.
Yes.
Last year's, not this year's.
Actually,
I don't know. Who do you think wins?
Last year's.
I agree. I saw someone like
5 first-round picks.
I saw a tweet last night. And it was like this year's Georgia versus the 2019 LSU. Like, I get it because that's like the more relevant thing to speak of is like this year's Georgia. But last year's Georgia historic. How many first rounders? 7 first rounders? 5?
5.
That's insane.
And this year's Georgia would have got obliterated by 2019 LSU.
Yeah.
Like, I saw someone commented on there. They were like, this year's LSU team put up 500 yards on this Georgia's team.
Yeah.
What do you think Joe Burrow, Justin Jefferson, and Jamar Chase would have done?
Yeah. And
Thaddeus
CEH?
Moss and CEH.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, LSU.
That LSU team was great. Go Tigers!
I can't wait for
that was my favorite. I've always liked LSU.
Me too.
Because that's where Saban went after he left Michigan State. And I've always liked LSU, and seeing them get that. Coach O was the man. Joe Burrow's cool as hell. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. 2 of the top 4 receivers in the league now.
Yeah.
On the same team. Crazy.
Is Is Michigan still like a hot attraction if Jim were to leave?
Yes.
You read off a couple like big name head coaches and
still. Yeah. It's still Michigan.
I agree.
Yes. You're still
I saw someone ask that earlier.
The best or second best recruiting class in the Big Ten. You're still getting 5-star talents.
Would you rather go to a Michigan or a SEC school?
Depends what I play. If I'm a running back, I'm going to Michigan. If I'm an offensive lineman, I'm going to Michigan. If I'm a receiver or quarterback, I'm going to an SEC school.
I almost feel like with the NIL, the landscape's almost changed to where like I get Michigan's like a Michigan, and in terms of like brand, it's like it's one of the biggest out there. We saw a UFC champion from Brazil walking around with the Tiger in a Michigan hoodie. Like it's just that big of a brand. But with the NIL stuff like that, I feel like you might rather go somewhere that has more sponsors willing to pay your players.
Yes.
And Michigan hasn't proven to show that this year. Or I mean, yet. They're just so stubborn and stuck in like the old school way. Like, you just gotta be proud to play here. And then like newsflash. I don't know how you haven't got this newsflash yet. You haven't won the chip in quite a minute. But like, this is what's winning.
That is what's winning. Money speaks. Money talks.
It's like paying a quarterback over 12%. Like that.
Especially guys like coming out of high school that aren't from great families, that don't have a lot of financial background.
Yeah.
I can go play at Michigan and get paid. I don't know. I can't speculate how much an NIL deal at Michigan would be, but it's not as much as they're paying at UCLA or USC or Alabama, where you're getting $1 million deals to go play there. It's all business, man. It's always been a business. They just didn't involve the kids, and now they're involving the kids, rightfully so.
Yeah.
And those kids are going to get their bag, and they deserve it. Because there wouldn't be no damn billion-dollar college broadcasting deal if it wasn't for these students going out there and busting their ass.
Yeah. Klopp Sauce can't mention Les Miles because of Michigan ties. I mean, I would say Les Miles, but he's got the cancellation thing going on, which, I mean, I feel like some people have forgotten about by now. Maybe he falls there.
I didn't.
I know.
He got canceled?
He was like, JB, do you remember that? With Les Miles, was he like banging some like...
someone on his staff or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Doka situation, huh?
Yes. Except for like, wait. Ugh. Les Miles built like a brick.
Les Miles is a weird guy. He eats grass.
All right, man. Well, I promise you guys we're finally going to talk about Brad Holmes' Detroit Lions. I just had to stretch that one out a little bit to where the segments made sense, and so I give the Brad Holmes situation its due credit.
Proper dues.
Yeah, because it's a big thing. And at some point, we'll open up the phone lines because I know a lot of you guys want to talk shit because the quarterback position was talked about.
Yes.
But before we do that, Spinny, tell us about Lady Jane's.
I will, because you can come into Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment on your dream home up to $200,000. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, no appointment necessary, because at Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zaniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Matrix Home Solution is your go-to for any home project. Looking for a new man cave? They are the basement remodel experts. They also specialize in bathrooms and kitchens. An A+ rating by the Better Business Bureau. Call 888-594-8844 or go to matrixhomesolutions.com. .com.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Mo Rex.
What up, though?
It's time to get into it. All right, we got young Chris and TD Booth, JB Smooth, the 1-2s, but more importantly, we got Brad Holmes breaking news. Matter of fact, Chris, play a 10-second clip of Brad Holmes on Jared Goff.
All right, I got you.
I never really deemed him as a bridge. You know, I think everybody else did, but I think it's a little bit of the recency bias from what he had to go through last year.
I mean, he's not lying.
He's not lying.
He never came out and said he's a bridge. That's just something that the media blanketed him with. I mean,
he said, yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard a GM come out point blank and say anybody's a bridge quarterback or, oh, this guy's just here.
They
like,
normally don't do that. Yes.
Yeah. And even if it's not, like, the nice way of saying that is like he's gonna have the opportunity to compete. Is what they say typically.
He said Jared has proven to everybody that he is the starting quarterback for us. Is what Brad Holmes said.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, I don't know if this was said, I guess, in terms of like the Woodward Heavyweights while we were live on here, whether it was in Studio B, but I've always had that expectation that, like, even when we were talking about the Malik Willis stuff, like, Jared Goff is going to have every opportunity to compete. Like, why complain? Why bitch about it when, like, your guy, the guy that you believe in, the people who want Jared Goff to be the future of this thing, they have every single opportunity to compete for the job. And what he went out this year, and he did so in terms of, like, just like holding off, you know, whatever decision needs to be made for the future. But in the same sense, Benny, there was a conversation had about a decision being made in the future. And Chris, if you could play the other clip of Brad Holmes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of proof behind that. You know, you can see countless examples of guys that got drafted high. You know, obviously, you know, Patrick Mahomes comes up, you know, right off the bat of, you know, them trading up and taking him high and sitting. But, you know, you can go back to, man, the guy that we just got done playing in Aaron Rodgers, you know. So there's a lot of there's a lot of proof in the pudding behind taking that approach, and I don't see anything wrong with it. You know, it's a premium position. They don't grow in trees. They're really hard to find. Just like I said earlier, it's easy to get worse at that position and get better at that position because there's so few of them. So, but I'm not against at all that philosophy of draft one, let them sit and develop, and just kind of see what you got down the road.
Brad, we focus, as any GM should, has only spoken on that matter and almost any matter in the fact of, like, if there's an upgrade available, we're going to take it. At any position, that should be your mindset.
Mm-hmm.
If there's an upgrade available, we're going to take it because your job is to improve the team, to keep this thing going for years and years to come.
Yeah. And,
like, if you're going to get a guy on a rookie deal where you can afford a little bit better of a team, or just, I mean, just as he said, too, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. There's been guys sitting behind quarterbacks like Jared Goff, like Jimmy G, like Brett Favre, like Alex Smith, like Joe Montana. Like, the list goes on and on, just as he said. They've come out and then balled their asses off.
Mm-hmm.
Deshaun Watson's another example of that. Lamar Jackson's example of that. You could maybe even somehow, in a fucked up way, bring up the name of Geno Smith and talk about how he sat for so damn long before making a Pro Bowl in the playoffs this year. You could. He sat for quite a long. It's like Mama Goose sitting on that egg, just, you know, let it warm up.
Yeah.
Then, you know, then it's ready to crack, and then it goes. But that's always been the statement that we've made. My record prediction for the Detroit Lions this year was 9-8. I loved it after the whole situation went down in Green Bay. People coming to me, how you feel now? How do you feel now? My record was 9. We've always said this.
Yes.
Spinning it, both of us.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to playoffs with Jared Goff. We've said that. You can win playoff games with Jared Goff. We've said that. We don't think you win the Super Bowl with Jared Goff.
Yes.
We just think there's a little bit extra to actually follow through and do it. And then, again, I'm not crazy. I'm not a hater. You just heard the GM of your football team give you the same exact scenario. I just wanted to.
Yeah, he did say it's a lot easier to get worse at quarterback than it is to get better at quarterback, which is very true. If you got something good, you normally rock with it. But yeah, he's like Klopsaw said in the Woodward Sports chat. He went on Rich Eisen and said if his guy's there, he's going to take him. He said today at the podium that it's not out of the question. If there's a guy that they're in love with, they're going to take him. It's all about competition with Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell, rightfully so. It's all about making things better and continuing. Jared Goff put on a fantastic performance this year. Had a great season. Great season. But that is a position that Brad Holmes says that there are multiple avenues to do different things. There are multiple avenues to address that situation. It's not somebody that's going to come in, step in, and replace Jared Goff immediately. No, it's not how that works. Exactly. Jared Goff's coming off a Pro Bowl season. But he says there's a lot of merit to sitting a guy behind a guy like that. There's a lot of proof to sitting behind a guy like that it works. And rightfully so. That's what you should do if you're trying to build a team for the long run.
Now, a lot of people could look at that and they could say it's GM talk, and that could be very true. But I'll tell you this. Jared Goff actually spoke this immediately after the game, actually on Sunday, and he was like, these guys have been transparent with me. And in a way, it's and this he didn't say. This is like off the record or whatever, but like it's lit a fire under his ass. Yeah. It's. I mean, and that's what you want. I mean, this is competition. I mean, that's the one thing that Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes preached in and out throughout free agency, throughout these draft classes. Like, you're gonna have your opportunity to go out there and compete. That's the entire, like, outside of, like, obviously the punch in the mouth, the kneecap bite and stuff like that, which that goes hand in hand, actually, competition and kneecap biting. But in every level of it, we talked about that. We raved about it. We loved it when it come off season during the HBO Hard Knocks when they're talking about the offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator competing against each other. Both of them said specifically, I want to be the best coordinator in Lions history. You know what I'm saying? Again, offense and defense. You saw the stuff with Deuce Staley and Aaron Glenn. It's all competition, and it brings the best out of people. America's run that way. This is capitalism. It's
what happens.
If you don't like that, you're communist. How's that?
How do you feel about that one?
Just like Ben Johnson, I heard.
I've heard Ben Johnson.
Saw him on a couple of Reddit boards.
Yeah.
With that said, Spinny, I got to ask. And matter of fact, I'll put in the phone number in the chat too, because I know people want to call in and talk their issue about this one. But with that being the conversation with Brad Holmes, what do you think they do in the draft now?
I still think it's the same route. I expect them to go defense, their first two picks. Grab a guy like Kelly Ringo, possibly, or Brian Breeze. Try to get a cornerback. They're going to get a cornerback in the first round, for sure. They're going to get a defensive lineman very soon. I expect them to go, like I said, I wouldn't be mad if they get a quarterback late in the draft.
Yeah, that's the other part,
too. They're going to need to address it, because next year, God forbid Jared Goff gets injured and has to miss a couple weeks.
Yeah.
You can't be in a situation where you're relying on Nate Sudfeld to go out there and produce for you, because now these games matter. Now it's not a throwaway season where if David Blau or Tim Boyle has to come in and start a couple games, then you're fine. But next year you have legitimate NFC North title contention expectations. You have the expectations that you're going to win 12 games and win the NFC North. And if you're the Detroit Lions, you can't afford to, like I said, God forbid Jared Goff rolls an ankle, gets a cracked rib, has to sit out a game or two, and you're trotting Nate Sudfeld out there.
Jesus.
When you see how one game this year decided whether you made the playoffs or not, one win, one loss this year decided whether you make the playoffs or not, you don't have the luxury to be able to afford not having at least a quality backup, if that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Because it matters now. Every game matters.
Because you're actually in contention. You're expected to be in contention.
You have realistic expectations of winning your division.
And that's something that Dan Campbell said in his exit interview yesterday too, was, we've set the standard of where we want to be. And that's not going to change. What does change are those expectations. And with that, everything that you said, that plan B, if you will. I'm not talking about your ex-girlfriend. But you need that contingency plan in case of that, because if you truly want to compete.
If you truly want to compete, you need to have your bases covered.
And I guess I want to speak on one other thing, and maybe I could just drag this into the next segment, and it's just in terms of like them just like taking a player if he's available. We've all, us included, you guys in the Woodward Sports Chat, I've always been open to the idea of a quarterback, just as like Brad Holmes kind of just told you too, if there's a guy there. I mean, he's always said that. He said that last year on Rich Eisen. If there's a guy there, they're going to take him. But like looking at this draft class, I couldn't unequivocally tell you that there's a guy that is like a damn surefire prospect at the quarterback position. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Bryce Young. Yeah, this year. Because Bryce Young's the closest thing to it, in my opinion. I think a lot of people's opinions, but even him.
5'6".
Yes, exactly. He's got the measurement issues. You got the C.J. Stroud stuff. He's got the inconsistencies and big moments, although he balled out against a damn good Georgia team.
Yeah. He used his legs a lot more in that Georgia game than he has all season.
Yeah, and I didn't get to watch all the rest of that one because obviously New Year's is coming to that point. So I'm actually pull up the numbers during the break. But before I do that, Spinny, can you tell us about whatever reads next? Because I don't have my paper flipped over.
It is the Butchery, because the official meat supplier of the Woodward Sports Network is the Butchery. You can call 248-682-2697. Yes, 248-682-COWS. Or order online at thebutcherysl.com. Shipping included for Woodward Sports customers. The Butchery, meats, eats, and treats. Sandwiches to die for, Wagyu meats, and artisan breads inspired by the legend Chef Dave. Only the best of the best for our meat-loving customers. An old-school butcher shop from a new-school perspective.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Our very own Ryan Armani issued the help of Custom Health Centers to help him in his weight loss journey, and look at the results.
Didn't want to be fat.
Didn't want to be fat. Don't be fat.
Don't be fat.
That is a huge difference. It's night and day.
Difference.
But in all seriousness, Ryan Armani did issue the help of Custom Health Centers and has lost upwards of 20 pounds already. If you want to do the same, make sure you give them a call at 844-789-8446. That's 844-789-8446. Call Custom Health Centers today and let them help you lose some weight.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spinmo Rex.
What up, though?
Chris in the TD booth, JB Smooth, the 1s and 2s, and we're kind of just going over some of the things we heard in the Brad Holmes press conference. I did put the phone number in because I know we got some golf gobblers that want to throw some shots, because Jared Goff was called the starting quarterback today, in which he is the starting quarterback today.
No way.
Just as Spinny said before we went to break, too, there's no way you're ushering in a rookie quarterback and he's just starting right away over a Jared Goff who just put up a top 5 offensive performance in terms of team offense. Mm-hmm. And sometimes too, I mean, we spoke to this before, and we spoke to it with Tom Brady, I guess, more specifically, but even then, Tom Brady's had some excellent seasons. I mean, Jared Goff's had a couple good seasons too. But this is a 17-game season. It's kind of like his third best results, but sometimes you need a guy to make the right read, to make the right throw. And I think I've said this on the show before with Darius Slay. I had a debate with him. We actually had a couple of debates. First and foremost, and he probably backed off this one if I hit him up today, but Kevin Durant was his GOAT at that time. Or one of the best, he should say.
He's the best offensive player in the history of the NBA.
He is. Yeah. And that's his own separate conversation. But then the other one was Tom Brady versus Mahomes. And I was on the Mahomes train, and he was like, you got to look at the Super Bowl. He's like, Tom Brady's going to make the open throw.
Yes.
Yeah, Mahomes could make a sexier throw further down the field and possibly on the run. And those are great attributes to have when you need them in clutch moments. But sometimes you also need somebody to make the right throw.
That's what Patrick Mahomes has been doing this year, really.
Yeah.
Obviously, it helps when you lose a guy like Tyreek Hill.
Yeah,
he's not just running around the backfield or deep in the secondary, open as hell at all times, so you don't have to make those throws. But Patrick Mahomes has been taking a little bit more of the underneath stuff this year. He's obviously been hitting Kelsey a lot. But yeah, dude, Tom Brady's the GOAT. He is the GOAT. He's probably... I can't even say that.
What?
Greatest football player I've ever seen. I still think that's Aaron Donald, but Tom Brady is the greatest winner of all time. He's the greatest quarterback of all time, and he goes out there, man. He always takes care of business.
Yeah, but Jared Goff in this Ben Johnson system has been that. He's been a guy that's he's not going to put up the prettiest numbers. He's not going to put up the flashiest plays or throws, in which I feel honestly bad about not giving my guy credit on the throw to Khalif Raymond on Sunday Night Football.
That was a fantastic
across the body. I think Steve actually messaged me on Instagram. So it was like 57 yards through air.
That was the best throw I've ever seen Jared Goff make.
And by the way, another thing, Khalif Raymond caught that with broken ribs. Khalif Raymond caught that with broken ribs in that game. Broke his ribs in the first half of the game.
Yeah.
Thugged it through. Had a hell of a catch right there, obviously, which I thought was a touchdown initially, but seeing it again, it kind of did look like it maybe.
Yeah, he might have been down at the 1. He might have been in the end zone, but you know what the Lions did? After the thing that looked like a touchdown wasn't called a touchdown, they got up there and punched it in.
Yeah.
Gave the ball to their running back, not converted linebacker, and punched the ball in at the 1 yard line.
That's what good offenses do. What good coaches do.
Good coaches.
I mean, Jim's still a good coach.
Taking shots.
Yeah, that is a shot.
Just a couple straight.
You're all Neil today.
I don't know, man.
Extra fire from the Michigan fans.
I just
random tone.
Just gotta do it sometimes. But no, yeah, that was probably the best throw I've ever seen Jared Goff make in a Lions uniform.
100%.
Like you said, he was rolling to his left, threw it across his body to the right, deep down the field, right on dot, right through Khalif Raymond. It was a very impressive throw.
And if I'm keeping the buck as well, like he's had a couple deep balls this year.
Yes.
Obviously couple underthrown to J-Mo. Obviously caught the one, but there's absolutely no one there to disturb it. But to Chark, and that kind of
couple of Chark down the sideline.
Couple of Charks down the sideline, and that kind of ushers into that conversation a little bit too, if you want, until we get a couple guys calling in. But
Michael Lunchies. Sorry, Lunchies on the mind. I'm fat. He said that catch to Khalif Raymond got a $100K bonus. He was not coming out. Yeah, he needed 7 catches.
I think it was $200K.
Seven catches in that game to get a big fat bonus. So he was playing through those broken ribs.
I wish I knew.
I wish I knew you were the one.
No, I wish I knew that was going on, because like we always used to prop it up.
Take the over.
Yes, easy money.
Taking the over on. Yes. I would have taken the over on Khalif Raymond catches. Jamal Williams to score 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
Over on Amon-Ra yards. But that was great. I saw that throw. But we were watching it at 6. I think I looked at you. I was like, God damn. That was a great ball.
And even the game, the throw to seal the game.
Yes.
You guys saw the live stream. I've seen a couple people call me out for it, but I was like, don't leave it in the hands of God.
Yeah, you said that.
Which I always do when we're fourth and 1 and we go empty set. Like, you're not even trying to fake a run there.
Yeah.
You're just. But I mean, Ben Johnson,
that was an
Jared Goff,
easy pitch and catch
for sure.
Yeah.
To DJ Chark.
Just like a 3-yard comeback route, right to Chark.
And I bring up Chark's deep balls. Pause.
Hey, yo.
I bring up that 4th down, 4th and inches. Pause. I just want to say pause again. But Tigers mascot. Pause. No. I brought these DJ Chark points for a reason. He's a free agent this year.
Yes. We're going to talk about that, but I do believe we have a caller.
Oh, we do?
Before we get into that.
Okay,
so
who we got?
We got Ryan on line 1. Why don't you patch him through? Ryan, how you doing,
man? Is this Ryan on the road? Ryan, you there?
Oh, no. Yeah, I can hear his car in the background. But maybe we'll get into him later. Pause.
Pause.
Jeez, that was a bad one.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even guess that.
That was not as bad as Justin Fields, though.
Yeah.
What was Justin Fields one?
I don't remember.
What was it, Chris?
Something about a big sack or something?
No, it was.
Oh, yeah.
This 300-pound dude coming on my back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Justin Fields said that in an interview.
And did he say pause in the middle of it?
He said pause, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, whoa.
He said, I felt this 300-pound dude coming on my back. Pause. That is super pause-worthy. I King Horse said the best part of the watch party was when Anson took his dog to the bathroom. That was funny. You said, "Where's your peanut butter at, Stinker?"
Clean it up, bud.
We got him now.
What up, though, Ryan? You there?
Having issues.
Ryan.
Yeah.
So it sounds like an office phone.
Having some technical issues.
That's all right. No big deal.
It's all right. We'll get back to it.
Either way, I bring up the DJ Chark stuff like that, and guys, still feel free to call in about the Jared Goff, but he's a free agent this year. We power ranked our free agents. Maybe I should actually wait until we just do the actual power rankings.
Yeah.
Because I want to see where he falls in yours. I think he's a higher on mine than I think a lot of people are expecting.
Yeah, he's.
Or from what I heard from you and Neil today.
Yeah, I mean, DJ Chark Not in my top 5.
Yeah. That's all right. All right. Yeah. This will be exactly what the boss wanted.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna give him exactly what he wanted. He wanted us to have a good debate today. Outside of that, too, I guess back to the Brad Holmes conversations. And speaking of DJ Chark and just free agency in general, another thing that he mentioned was the amount of money he's spending, the assets and capital.
Yes, asses and capital.
A lot of you people.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, what do you mean?
A lot of us actually wanted Brad Holmes to spend the bag on somebody. And a name that kept floating around was Deron Payne, and I've seen some expected contracts upwards of $20 million a year, which I will never.
I didn't
don't
see
give
$20
up.
million a year. I saw 14. Spot Track said 14.
I don't see, but I got a whole different beat with Spot Track. But I think it's cool they do the future predictions. But like,
you got a beef with Spot Track?
I do. I mean, so
how do you have a beef with an internet site?
Because guys like Neil is why.
He's got some weird ops.
No, well, it's not a weird op. They're the less like if you go down these cap sites, like they're one of the less credible ones, but they're also the biggest. So like people go to them first. Like so you guys talking about cutting Jeff Okudah and saving $5 million. It's not a thing. If you cut Jeff Okudah, you lose $10 million.
Yeah.
Just a blank $10 million of dead cap space.
Yeah, I'm not cutting Jeff Okudah.
Yeah, I'm not cutting him either way, even just based off of performance alone.
Put him through, JB.
Let's try it one more again.
Give this one more shot.
Once you get on it, you just start talking. Oh, I think we got him.
We got Sad on line 2. How you doing, man?
Huh? Is it our mics not working? Can they not hear us?
Oh, I heard something.
I don't think he can hear. There's something with the system because we're hearing the phone rings.
Yeah, it's all right.
That's gotta be on our end.
Well, you can unpin that phone number.
Gotcha.
Something's not working with the calls, but it's all right. We'll get back to it. We got a lot to talk about by ourselves. Because like you were saying, a lot of people were not excited with the signings that Brad Holmes made in free agency and even waiver claim placements that he made. Like, he did a lot of prove-it deals. Like you said, you already talked about DJ Chark. That was a prove-it deal. Jamal Williams came over here, a prove-it deal. You got guys like Kaminsky and Bugs off the waiver wire who were gotten rid of from their old teams. Prove-it deals guys. Anzalone, prove-it deal. And they're turning out to be guys. They're turning out to be players. They're turning out to be very impactful players for the Detroit Lions. So that impresses me. And this offseason, the Lions really aren't going to have that much money to throw around anyways. But there are some guys you can get. There are some guys you can go out and grab. One of them I look at is Tremaine Edmonds. That's somebody that I would really like seeing them sign. Linebacker out of Buffalo. Probably going to be looking around $12 million a year. I definitely would like to see the Lions grab him.
So I know that while we were drinking, I was like, yeah, I like that. I don't want to pay $12 million to linebacker. So unless I love Roquan Smith. I think Roquan Smith's a fantastic linebacker. He is a ball hawk at the linebacker position, let alone like he gets sacked. He literally does every single thing you'd ask. $20 million is a lot. Oh, we got someone. I think it's like for some reason, like they can't hear us. It's got to be it because like they're there, obviously.
Yeah, we can hear them in the background.
It's all right, we'll figure it out. Try Texas Fish. See what the hell's going on. Not paying $12 million to Tremaine Edmonds unless he's putting up something close to Roquan Smith numbers. Like we've kind of been over this the past couple of days too.
$10 million less than Roquan Smith numbers.
Like I'd rather pay that $12 million to Chark. Watching the chemistry that him and Goff have grown like throughout this season specifically, I mean that you saw it when he went to on the fourth down. I think you saw it in the practice. Well, you weren't there, but I was texting you the updates. Your Twitter was blowing up from it on the Family Friday, whatever the hell it was.
See, Tremaine Edmonds has had over 100 tackles in every single one of his career seasons so far. He's had.
Give me something like turnovers, like how you win games.
Rookie year,
right?
he had 12 pass defenses, 2 forced fumbles, 2 sacks, and 121 tackles with 5 tackles for loss, 7 quarterbacks hits. This year, they brought in Matt Milano, so he didn't have as much of a role, but he still had 7 pass defenses, 102 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 3 quarterback hits. Last year, he had 108. These are combined tackles. 108 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, quarterback hit, 4 pass defenses. He's had an interception in every season except for 2020. He's a 2-time Pro Bowler.
I'm good. I don't want to pay that man $12 million. I'd rather give that to DJ Chark. I mean, Alex Anzalone put up close to that this year. 125 tackles, 77 solos, 7 tackles for losses.
Yeah. Alex Anzalone doesn't have Matt Milano standing next to him, though.
That's even better. That's even more credit to Alex Anzalone.
No, that means there's more opportunities for him to make plays.
Same thing as Tremaine's starting though. He's not sitting on the bench.
Like I said, he's got Matt Milano standing next to him who gobbles up a lot of those plays.
But that's better. That means more opportunity for him to make plays.
What do you mean there's more opportunity?
I'm not paying him. Like you read all that. Give me the number from this year.
102 tackles.
102 tackles. Alex
this
Anzalone.
is in 13 games.
Okay. And 17.
Yes.
Okay, a lot better.
That's quite a few more.
125 out of my boy Alex Anzalone, who I'm going to get for a third of what you're going to pay Tremont Edmonds. Like no, dude. The top linebackers in this league, Bobby Wagner's still a top guy in this league.
Yeah, but Bobby Wagner's 50 years old.
Doesn't matter. What does that mean? He's still playing elite level for this linebacker. You saw him clean up against Seattle.
So
they're not in the playoff.
He averages 8 tackles a game.
I'm just not paying that $12 million. It's just not worth it. I'd rather go to I'd rather pay cornerback $12 million. I'd pay defensive tackle.
There's no
$12 million.
cornerbacks in free agency that you're going to want to pay $12 million.
I mean, we'll
Bradley
see.
Roby.
I mean,
Marcus Peters.
I'm not even in love with that one. Tell us about Guardian Alarms.
We broke it down.
Defense,
the cornerback in free agency class does not look good.
Broke it down on Spot Track.
Does not. We broke it down by who's going to be a free agent this year.
On what site?
Does Spot Track not know who's going to be a free agent this year?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't use it. You tell us about the Guardian Alarm.
Guardian Alarm. It's a new year, so let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts. Our professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific for your needs. With 24/7 professional monitoring, you can call them anytime, day or night, and know that Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. Technology backed by the people. Your safety and security deserve technology that's proven to work and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800-STAY-OUT. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT. Call them right now and let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Don't be fat.
What up, though, everybody? It's Spencer for the Monroe Street Midway. The Midway has swapped out roller skating, basketball, and mini golf for a giant Arctic slide, winter bumper cars, an indoor arcade, and puck putt.
Puck putt?
With puck putt.
Puck putt.
Puck putt. With free entry to the site, enjoy a variety of new activities aimed at creating exceptional winter experiences for everyone. Get to the Midway this winter to enjoy tasty treats while making magical memories during the most wonderful time of the year. Some of their food favorites include, but are not limited to, burgers, pierogies, homemade chili, chicken sandwiches, mac and cheese bites, and they have gluten-free and vegan goodies for everyone. Coming soon, the Woodward Sports Winter Olympics. You'll be able to compete against Darren McCarty, Braylon Edwards, Adam, Ryan Armani, Jeff Iafrady, the heavyweights, and all the Woodward Sports family in Monroe Street Midway games. So make sure you go downtown and check out the Monroe Street Midway, presented by Bedrock Detroit.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Mo Rex.
What up, though?
You got your Chris in the TD booth. JB's full of the 1s and 2s.
Over the Cap says that 2022 over the cap valuation, whatever that means, $7.9 million a year
for
Edmonds.
It sounds better. You look at the linebacker position. We have a guy we're paying pennies on a dollar in terms of Alexander
Not
Loney.
anymore. I mean, not next year.
Maybe not next year, but even then, like, how much more of a raise do you expect him to get?
Probably like, I'd say like a $2 million raise.
Yeah.
Probably be like 3.5 or something like that.
Which is still cheaper than,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And on top of the fact, too, I mean, you have this freaking...
Jermaine Evans is only 24, though.
You have this whiz kid as your GM who's probably going to draft you at Tremaine Edmonds at some point. I mean, we have a Malcolm Rodriguez is starting right now, and he's a 6th-round pick. Imagine Brad Holmes decided to invest in the linebacker position at 4th or 5th. And what you did with Derek Barnes, maybe Derek Barnes becomes something too, but at this point in time, it's not one I'm looking to spend money on. On top of the fact that he kind of told you he's not going to be spending that money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He said he'd rather get... What up, man? Can you hear us?
Yeah, what's going on, bro?
Is this JB?
Yeah, it's JB.
So I think phones are working.
Yeah, they should be working. All right, we're good. We're good to go if you guys want to call in. But, yeah, we power ranked the free agents for the Detroit Lions in 2023, guys that were on the roster this season that are going to be free agents this offseason and who we want to see come back. My number 1 is Jamal Williams. I do think Jamal Williams, not only for what he did on the field, but for what he means in the locker room, how much he bought in. We saw Penei Sewell talking about during that 1-6 stretch. He said, I just wanted to be him, talking about Jamal Williams, because he was still bringing the energy, he was still bringing the drive, he was still bringing the fight, and he still had it. So I think Jamal Williams is very important to bring in. And, again, you can get him on a cheaper deal. I do think you can get him for 4.5, 5, 2 years for that. I'll take that for sure. So bring back Jamal Williams. I think that's important.
100%.
100%.
Chris, we actually have a graphic of
I was going to bring that
up.
up. So here's a list of the notable free agents.
If anybody else wants to play along with us, and Jamal Williams is a respectable one for me. He's my number 2. Number 1 is John Kaminsky.
Yeah.
And there's another guy who's been publicly open about coming back to Detroit. We saw Booner send us the thing that he said on his Instagram where, like, said 2021 when he was with the Falcons, he asked to be released. In 2022, the Detroit Lions are 2023 now. He asked, bring me back, please. Yeah. And I think he's a guy, he just opens up so much. He had a career year here in Detroit. But he opens up so much for everybody else, too. In his career years, 12 QB hits, 4 sacks, and 1 forced fumble. And you may be looking at those numbers, you're thinking those aren't world-beating numbers, those aren't Pro Bowl numbers, those aren't none of that.
For a rotation guy, though?
Exactly, and that's the point. And not only just a rotation guy, too. You remember the NASCAR package? We put in all, like, edge rushers, the guys going to get to the quarterback for you. He can play inside for you in that situation.
Very
play outside for you in that situation. You go back to the game, Aiden's game where he recorded his first sack. As a matter of fact, he recorded 3 of them things that day. A lot of it was because of John Kaminsky.
John Kaminsky played a big role. He opens a lot of things, and he's my number 2. John Kaminsky's my number 2 on my list.
Because he's white?
Because he's white. Damn bastard. No, John Kaminsky, like you said, for all the reasons you said, he is a very versatile player. He does a lot for the defense. You can move him around. He helps open up things for other people. And he's very... dude's fucking huge, man.
Yeah.
He is a big man.
They call him the commish.
They call him the
El
commish.
Presidente.
He's a large human being. So I think he's my number 2 for sure. And we got a caller? All right, let's see. Who do we got on? Ryan back on line 1. Ryan, second try. How you doing today, man?
I blame Fish.
I blame Fish, too.
You know what? How does...
Yeah, we did.
Wow.
That is weird.
What are you doing, JB? Get your shit together, bro. Jeez.
Nah, that is weird. That you just called in. We heard you.
So you said number 2 for you was Jamal Williams. What?
Yes, number 2 for me. No, number 1 for me is Jamal Williams.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I was trying to correct your list. I apologize.
Number 2
I was trying
for
to make
me
sure your list
is John Kaminsky. Sorry. Pretty girl just walked in with food. It's very distracting.
That is a double.
It's a double
distraction right there. 100%. I think there's debate for DJ Chark to enter number 2, and Evan Brown is. Someone asked how is Evan Brown not on that list. I gotta be honest with you. We've seen that guard spot rotated constantly throughout the season.
Yeah.
And did you notice much of a difference?
Didn't
when
notice
Evan
much
Brown
of a difference.
was in there,
and Evan Brown
compared to the other people.
It was projected that he was going to get $11 million a year.
Yeah, no,
I'm not paying Evan Brown.
I don't think that's happening.
Yeah,
I don't think that's happening. And to be honest with you guys, like I think you could find it. You don't necessarily have to draft a guard. Yeah.
Stenberg, Matt Nelson.
Yeah.
And then draft a guard or a center, and you can throw them in that rotation.
Yeah. Is that music really loud? Can you shut that door? Is it the door? Is there extra mic on or something? Or somebody else is calling?
I'm not sure. But
the other one for me, DJ Chark. And I think it's an absolute crime that he's not on your list for top 5 guys.
Yeah.
Like, that's how?
I don't know. I just think that Jameson Williams is there. Jameson Williams will be a guy that is important and will pick up a lot next year. I think obviously Amon-Ra St. Brown is already out there, so you have that. You have a guy in Josh Reynolds who is another guy that can do a lot of different things and be utilized as a guard or as a guy. And if you bring back DJ Shark, I'm happy, sure. But if you don't bring him back, it's whatever. It's not a world-ending decision to me.
What do you mean, whatever? He only played 11 games. He's the third highest receiving leader.
Yeah.
Highest.
I think Jameson Williams can easily do that next year.
I hope. But I think the rapport that Goff clearly has with DJ Chark at this point is
that he built in 1 year.
One worth keeping. I mean,
so he could probably build that same rapport with Jameson Williams in 1 year.
I hope. I mean, Jameson Williams is not the same veteran. I mean, you got to remember, too, like, I wouldn't disrespect DJ Chark like that. He's still a guy that's been to a Pro Bowl or when healthy. You know what I'm saying? That's with Blake Bortles at the quarterback position for him. I think DJ Chark is a good wide receiver. Now,
I think he's a good wide receiver.
I don't know how much, like I'd be more willing to pay him that 12 than Tremaine Edmonds, just because of how we've kind of been talking about the transition of these linebackers in the league today. I don't think you necessarily need a top-tier linebacker to compete in today's league.
Yeah.
But the passing game, you do. And, I mean, DJ Chark's provided that for you against defenses like the Bills even. You know what I'm saying? Getting wide open against them. And you're 100% correct. Jameson Williams can fill that void. And that's why DJ Chark ultimately didn't make it to my number 1 or 2. Mm-hmm. He fell for 3 for me. And then number 4 was Alex Anzalone.
Number 3 for me is Isaiah Buggs.
Really?
Yes. I think it's very important to have a guy like that. Again,
he's another like Jamal Williams
rotational piece. Yeah, a big guy have in the middle. He obviously showed up big time at the end of the year. Was playing fantastic, doing a lot of things, not only stopping the run, but getting some pressure on the quarterback from that interior defensive line. And that's where I think is one of the weakest points on the Lions this team is the interior defensive line. So you need a guy like that can be a good rotation piece and start moving him around. And then I have Alex Anzalone at 4.
We need someone to be football.
Need someone to football. I have Alex Anzalone at number 4. Because he had obviously the best year of his career so far. Made a lot of different moves. Played some great football. Was the leader of the defense, team captain.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be too expensive even after the year he had this year.
And that's why I have him higher on mine. I just feel like he should be cheaper to bring back.
Same with Buggs. Like Buggs and Kaminsky, those are like minimum guys. Like you're giving those guys like $1.5 million.
And I feel like Buggs is a bit of like a the way Jamal is in the offensive side of the ball, and probably for the whole team in terms of like being the heart of the team, which by the way we called before even Hard Knocks even started. So right there. Mm-hmm. But you see Isaiah Buggs, a couple of like mic'd up versions. I think it was maybe back in against the Jets game, but he was the voice.
Yes.
He was that pump up voice. I can't compare anyone to Brian Dawkins in terms of like a hype up speech, especially, let alone the safety position. But
Buggs is a good follow on Twitter too. If you guys don't follow Buggs, go follow. Yeah, he's a good follow.
Actually, he is for sure because he's got more followers than Aleem, and I feel like Aleem gets more like.
But also, like Buggs went to Alabama and stuff, so like.
Yeah, he played at Pittsburgh for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, DJ Chark is the third highest leading receiver on the Detroit Lions this year with 502 yards. Khalif Raymond's number 2. Obviously, Amon-Ra number 1. But that's only 11 games in comparison to the other guys. Amon-Ra technically 16 here, but the one game he got pulled out early for that weird concussion situation. Yeah. Now, I didn't really have a number 5. I really didn't care.
Number 5 for me, I just put in Deshaun Elliott.
Oh, I did forget him.
Yeah, because I think Deshaun Elliott is a very important piece on that defense. He obviously was huge in the run. Like stopping the run, helping stop the run.
Smacking dudes.
Cracking dudes. Playing in the box fantastically. And I understand Tracy Walker is obviously going to come back next year. You got Kirby Joseph. Maybe you move Tracy to strong safety. You have Kirby Joseph play that, center field like he's been playing and playing very well. But I don't know how that situation is going to solve itself. But I think Deshaun Elliott is a very good player.
I agree with one Funky Lions fan in the Woodward Sports Chat saying Chark and JMO are different type of receivers. They would complement each other, not rotate with each other, and I do agree with that.
Yeah,
I think you put JMO more speedy.
But I'm saying, like, the looks that DJ Chark is getting, I would rather Jameson Williams get those looks next year. Obviously, they're not running the same routes, but the amount of targets, I'd rather those go to JMO. And like I said, don't sign Chark at all. I said this at the beginning when we were getting down to the nitty gritty last cup. I said if they bring back Chark, I'm cool with it for sure. If they don't, all right, whatever. I'm not freaking out about it, but
I can freak out about.
I can see it either way, like a bisexual.
Tell us about Big Boy, please.
That's from Family Guy.
I'm sure it is, bud.
Sure it is.
I go both ways like a bisexual. Let me tell you about Big Boy. Because wintertime in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the classic meatloaf or Cajun chicken Alfredo. How about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. The Lumberjack, Santa Fe Garden, or Blockbuster. You throw some ketchup, some hot sauce on those boys. That is fire. Stop by your local Big Boy today and satisfy those taste buds.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Markets, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Spotless, sanitized rooms with trained and certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals where they beat all competitors by $5.
$5?
$5, y'all. I know that's a lot. Y'all. Don't forget to pick up Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Caltan, and Swedish Beauty Lotions.
Brazilian lotions.
Brazilian lotions. ChiliPeppersTanning.com, the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans, your vitamin D headquarters, 27 locations, and more on the way.
Y'all come back now here.
Bonjour. Welcome to the Atusa de Wes. I'm sure I say heavy enough.
Tony Le Parker.
I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spinball Rex.
What up,
Chris in the TD booth, JB Smooth in the 1s and 2s, and we're just talking Detroit Lions offseason. It's still bittersweet to me.
It's sad. It is sad.
Just because Brad Holmes on sad talking about too. Like I truly feel like we could be in there competing with those guys right now. Man.
For sure. Obviously, it would have been a very tough first test to go in there against San Francisco.
People like pretending like we would have beaten San Francisco. By the way, insane. Out of this world. I mean, that defense is electric.
It's
on the road too.
Defense in the NFL.
And they have I know Detroit Lions fan base is one of the best. I'm not even being biased in that. You saw the rating numbers for the Lions versus the Green Bay Packers, and by the way, you know what numbers they beat? They beat out. Remember it said since 6 years.
Yeah.
The last highest one, 2016.
Lions Bears.
Lions Packers.
Oh yeah.
Lions fans just rock, man.
They rock.
They do.
Yeah.
But that San Francisco fan base does as well. I remember last year, they came to Ford Field and it was it's a whole lot red right now.
Yeah, it's 49ers fans show up, man. I mean, they're obviously historically one of the best franchises in the NFL, and they got a lot of hype swirling around them right now. Brock Purdy playing lights out, bro. Mr. Irrelevant is playing great. Obviously, Kyle Shanahan is the best offensive mind in the NFL, flat out.
Over McVay?
Over McVay.
Yeah, you're right, actually. He owns McVay.
He owns McVay. And Kyle Shanahan is something else, man. Very awesome to see what he's doing when, obviously, the guy he wanted, Trey Lance, got injured. And then they go back to Jimmy Garoppolo, he gets injured. They bring in Brock Purdy. Big cock Brock. And he goes out there and he makes plays, man. And he goes out there and he does the things that you like to see him do. And I love it, man. I like the 49ers. I loved the 49ers when they had Patrick Willis and Navarro Bowman.
Yeah.
Just two absolute monsters in the middle of that defense, dude.
No excuse for Trey Evans now, huh?
Alden Smith, yeah. I mean, I love linebackers, man. It's, it is what it is. They have Fred Warner, who is probably my favorite player in the league. They have Nick Bosa, who's an absolute stud, probably the best player in the league. And you look at his dude, he just seems like a chill ass dude too. Have you seen his interviews or like him mic'd up moments?
Bosa?
Yeah.
No.
He'll be like walking. He's like, man, I'm just trying to sack the quarterback. It's a lot harder than you think, man. Dude, it's so funny. Like he seems like just such a bro. But yeah, the 49ers, they're just fun to watch, man. Their scheme on offense is crazy. The way they get people open, the way they get Deebo Samuel and George Kittle involved. Obviously, Brandon Ayuk took a huge step this year. They trade for Christian McCaffrey, who is probably the best player in the world to fit in that system.
Yeah.
And has been lights out since he got into San Francisco.
That is the crazy part. Is like they haven't had a Christian McCaffrey type guy.
Yeah.
Maybe George Kittle's the closest thing to it, but that's the tight end position.
That's the tight end.
Saying?
They've
Like,
always had the best running game in the league.
Yeah.
And they never had a stud running back.
That is crazy.
After Frank Gore left, they never really had that workhorse running back. Now they got it. They're going to be tough out, man.
As I've gotten older, and I guess I'm fairly young still, so that maybe sounds stupid to some people, but I do admire good coaching more than like good players at times, because it's just so hard to be consistent in this league. I feel like, I mean, we see it time and time again. I mean, the stat that we went over in the beginning of the season, how many teams go from worst to first? I think it's like what. Actually, now you can spread it to 18 of the last 20 years.
Yeah,
the Jaguars did it. Yeah, and if somebody else did too, I just can't think of them off the top of my head. But
somebody else did it this year?
No. I said if somebody did, I just can't think of them off the top of my head.
The Ravens didn't win their division. I know that was one everybody thought they were going to go worst to first.
Yeah.
The Eagles weren't worse last year.
Why am I drawing a blank? Oh, Bengals won that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was just the Jags.
I think you're correct. Nonetheless, what the hell were we talking about? How did we even get caught?
I don't know. I just broke down the 49ers offensive scheme.
Oh, we talking about the Lions. If they did make the playoffs, I was saying people are crazy for thinking they were going to beat the 49ers.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to say they didn't have a chance. Obviously,
everybody's got a chance to be there, but the 49ers is like the one team in the NFC. You're like, I don't want to play them.
Yeah.
Like the Eagles too, a little bit, I guess, but
which is crazy because Brock Purdy's the quarterback.
Brock Purdy's the quarterback. I forget who said it. Somebody said it in the chat. Gromit0237 said the Niners offense is very quarterback friendly, and it is.
Yeah,
but still, like
he's still making plays.
Still making plays.
He can throw on the run really well. Not really well to the terms like you're gonna compare him to like the elite, but he can do it. You know what I'm saying, like at a consistent rate enough where like you're gonna drop the plays where he's in play action, or if he's in a little bit of trouble, he can either scramble or
I'm salty ass in the Woodward Sports chat. Who are y'all rooting for this playoffs?
Probably 49ers.
49ers or the Bengals, man. I like the Bengals a lot.
You do like the Bengals? I like the Bengals too. I like the Bengals just because there's another streak that's like on the line in terms of like Super Bowls, and we talked about the 12% thing, obviously.
Yeah.
And which obviously Joe Burrow fits into that, so that benefit me in my and that.
So would
theory.
Brock Purdy.
Yeah, Brock
so would
Purdy
Jalen
too.
Hurts.
Yeah. Actually,
except for Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes is the oldest quarterback in the AFC.
That is wild.
At
He's
27.
the oldest quarterback in the playoffs in the AFC this year.
That's wild.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, again, can get you.
I'm so excited for
playoff
playoff football, man. I wish the Lions were part of it, but I'm very excited for playoff football.
That is one I am rooting against. It's not a narrative, I guess. The 12% thing is Mahomes.
Yes. I'm not. You're rooting against Mahomes just for your narrative.
No. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not rooting against him. But it's just like if I had to pick one guy to break it, I mean, that's the guy,
It'd
right?
be Mahomes.
Yeah, it's definitely Mahomes.
If the two guys to break that rule are Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Still
darn,
you got me.
You got me.
Yeah, the two best quarterbacks of all time. Oh shit.
Yeah.
But I'd probably say I'm rooting for the Bengals or the 49ers. Joe Burrow's a dog. I like T. Higgins and Jamar Chase and Tyler Boyd a lot. Zach Taylor's a pretty cool guy to root for. I feel like he's not like the greatest head coach, but he does a lot of things well.
Yeah.
And the 49ers, man, I love the 49ers. Deebo Samuel's sick. Brandon Ayuk, I love Brandon Ayuk. I had him in fantasy the past couple of years. And like I said, Fred Warner's probably my favorite player in the NFL. I kind of want to get a Fred Warner jersey, honestly.
I like good defense too. I like watching good defense.
Yeah.
As like that's why I was best at when I played.
Watch,
yeah. Like I played guard for a minute in high school, and like I'm not gonna lie, I was not good. It was not my thing. But obviously, on polling plays, you get polling guard.
Yeah,
that was the best.
Polling plays, dude. I love
the snot out of some kids.
We had this one play. It was called 656 Tits.
That's awesome.
And it was where it was like because we ran the wing tee, so a lot of fake handoffs, a lot of reverses, and one of mine was I was left tackle, but it was still a polling play, and I pulled to the right and I actually secured the game-winning touchdown in the Brown Jug game because there was two guys on the outside. I pulled push the one guy into the other one. There's a wide open lane for the running back.
Baby spinning, looking like Penei Sewell.
I was 14 years old, playing left tackle.
It is crazy because like you definitely look the part of a left tackle now.
Yeah,
like, looking at you, but you were like you were kind of skinnier in high school. Like,
I was a little bit. Yeah. I mean, I had my phases. I fluctuated.
All-state swimmer.
I fluctuated during swim season. I would lose a lot of weight, but then I'd gain it back for football.
Yeah, a lot of water weight.
And like like I said, that was when I was 14 years old playing left tackle. It was fun.
That's fun.
My senior year, I played literally every position on the line because I was like all we had. They're like, Spenny, we need you at center for this game. I was like, I've never played center before, but all right.
I used to hate those. Actually, no, I didn't. I love playing either way. I'm looking at the Detroit Lions cap. I know that you guys did this on BDE with Neil on Spot Track. But 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to see what space the Lions are. I think it is 12. But Spot Track has it as 19 million, right? Over the cap is 27. But
over the cap doesn't factor in all the free agent, or I guess neither of them do.
What do you mean? The guys are losing? 27,
yeah, but I think Spotrac factors in the like $8 million for the rookie class.
Are you sure?
I think so, yeah.
I think they're just like, I don't want to sound like disrespect. Like,
you're just a hater, dude.
No.
What did this website do?
No. It's not a hate. No, I'm not a hater.
Like they put me at $2 million when I was definitely worth $4 million, so I hate them.
That's all I'm saying, man. They put my cap space at $30,000, dog. I'm hurt before taxes.
Yeah.
No. If you look at all the writers, like the guys like from Pride Detroit, Eric Schlitt, like I think Eric Schlitt's like goated in terms of like Detroit Lions writing, but like all the beat guys, it's over the cap.
Yeah.
It's more accurate. Like I guess
CJ Snyder said I'm right.
You're right, and what?
That they factored in the $8 million to sign the draft class.
Sign the draft class?
Yeah.
That's weird though, because like that still doesn't make sense, because you look at like Aiden Hutchins was paid $7 million, I guess, this year as a cap hit. You know what I'm saying? Like the second overall pick. That's just one pick. You tell me the rest of the draft class combined is only another $1 million?
Well,
like
we don't have the number 2 overall pick in the NFL draft this year.
That's fair. But we do have the number 6.
So how much is the number 6?
I mean, that's a good question. I just know that if you go like in terms of like the beat writers, the guys in Detroit at least, and like ESPN, like when I see them pull those cap numbers, they're always citing like over the cap. So I'm assuming they're more accurate. And at least that's what I was told too. I reached out to a guy from my guy Morgan. Did you get to meet him Sunday? Oh no, you didn't go out till Sunday. You were dead for the last home game.
Yeah.
Always, man.
Yeah, I was dead.
You always wild like that. I do want to look at some free agent names.
I had a good night the night before, though. I'll tell you that, brother.
You said what?
I said I had a good night the night before. I'll tell you that, brother.
Look, let's take a quick break. All right, I'm gonna tell you guys about Swish Insurance, because right now they can save you guys up to 26% on your insurance premiums while increasing the coverage. What word came out of there?
I don't know. I'm laughing at Borat Shabal. He said Pete Carroll looks like Ellen DeGeneres before taxes.
Before taxes. That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money to free up, so you guys can spend it on all kinds of jerseys, playoff games. Maybe you go to the Super Bowl. This is Woodward Heavyweights. We'll be right back talking more Detroit Lions and Brad Holmes' press conference.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
By now you know me, Christina Schnari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin More Racks.
What up, though?
Young Chris and TD Booth, JB Smooth, the 1-2s. There's another name that Brad Holmes mentioned in his press conference, and we can take this either way that you guys are thinking. We keep going to the cap space stuff because I do like what you guys did today in terms of like looking at possible cuts. I will use like spot check for like more accurate. I'm sorry, over the cap. Like the more accurate numbers. I did slip, but. Or we could talk about Brad Holmes, who talked about Jeff Okudah, who said this year, which I think was a little bit of a stretch, just my interpretation of it. But I'm always gonna say Brad Holmes knows more than me. But
Brad Holmes definitely knows more than both of us.
He said this year was kind of like Jeff Okudah's rookie year.
He did say that.
How do you feel about that?
I don't hate it. I mean, he's in a new system. He's under a new coaching staff. He obviously didn't play at all last year, other than like 2 games before he got injured. One game before he got injured. Missed the vast majority of the season. We'll just put it at that. And yeah, I don't hate it. You know, everything was brand new for him. He had to learn a new defense. He had to learn a new philosophy under Aaron Glenn, because when Aaron Glenn got issued onto this team, he had it for a year and then got injured and couldn't do anything, couldn't participate in the drills, had to rehab, had to do all that. So he kind of came into this year with a fresh start, I'd say. And I don't think it's his rookie year, because he's played in the league, so he understands, the speed of the game and stuff like that. But he definitely had to learn a lot and execute a lot this year compared to somebody who's already been in the league for 3 years. It was a big difference going from obviously the shit Trisha defense to now Aaron Glenn's defense.
Yeah.
And I thought he did it swimmingly. I was very glad. I mean, I hate to say that. Glad he was injured. I'm glad he wasn't just benched because of his play. I'm glad that there was a reason for that, because I thought he was playing great this year. Yeah, he had a bad game against Carolina, but the whole defense had a bad game against Carolina.
Yes.
And he was injured, which is the reason that
he got hurt in that game.
Which he was benched in that game and the Chicago game, and ended up not playing the season finale. It was because he had an elbow injury. So, because I thought he was having a great year. I thought he went out there, he was playing very well. Obviously very stout in the run, making a ton of stops, got an interception, big interception, pick 6.
The season-changing interception.
Season-changing interception for the Detroit Lions. And it was very impressive to see him step up against and answer the bell against some of the best receivers in the league. You saw what he did against Justin Jefferson. You saw what he did against Devontae Smith. He went out there and he accepted those challenges. He accepted those battles. And he went head first into it. And I was very happy with Jeff Okudah. I'm excited to see what he's going to do next year. Maybe they get him some help on the outside. If that is Kelly Ringo, if that is Joey Porter Jr., if that is somebody else to put out there with him. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, I guess this takes it out of like a analytical perspective, but I admire Jeff Okudah's just perseverance to come back to what he has made it through. And I guess to Brad Holmes' point, I had to look it up. This is a little bit of cheating while you were talking, but I looked at how many career games he had.
You're a cheater.
I mean, that's how we made Bryson.
Jesus Christ.
Either way,
I'm a faithful man.
Yeah.
I am now. I learned the hard way.
But there's beauty. No, I'm playing.
Yeah, maybe, Either way, bring it back on track.
I've been involved in some situations, too.
Jeff Okudah only played 10 career games before this year. And this year, obviously, played his 15. Got hurt in the final, 2, you'd say, for sure. Actually, one was a concussion situation. And then, obviously, sat out this last game of the season, but was hurt either way. But, no, I mean, I guess that does make sense. You want to look at it as his rookie year. Now, he did have actual training camp you to throw in there, but I don't think you could count that as a sophomore experience in the NFL.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That's just it's the same thing as going to a summer camp as a high school. I feel like you're just getting put through all the work.
One time at band camp?
Yeah, I mean, really, because they only hit the first week, the first couple of days of the first week.
Yes.
They have a allotted amount of time that they could use in terms of padded practices. So that's fair. I think that's a fair assessment. And I think one cool thing that Brad Holmes said about Jeff Okudah is he thinks he's going to get better from this.
I think he'll get better, too.
Which is super dope.
Yeah.
Super dope. I know you guys talking about cutting him earlier today. Well, you didn't. But on BD, they're talking about cutting him. I don't think that's the case. Let alone, obviously, the cap situation. You would net $-10 million if you did that. There's no savings in cutting Jeff Okudah. You could,
and he's the best secondary player you have, or the best cornerback.
At least cornerback. Yeah, 100%.
cornerback.
Yeah, without a doubt.
100%.
I know that Mike Hughes has played himself possibly into that starting role, but we obviously know the truth coming out that Okudah was actually hurt.
He was injured. Yes.
Yeah, man. Is he a bust in terms of like did he work out to like a number 3 overall pick? No, but I don't necessarily. I don't want to put that label on him still because he's still producing for you. He can still be a productive piece.
He's proven that he is a starting cornerback in the league. He's proven that he was worthy of a first-round draft pick in the NFL.
Yeah. And
it's just number 3. You have those expectations. You get drafted number 3. You're expected to be Deion Sanders 2.0.
Yes.
And those are huge shoes to fill.
With Derek Stingley. I mean, it sucks too that these guys that get drafted after him are beasts.
Yeah.
Stingley, Horn, Sauce,
Surtain.
Like that doesn't help it either.
No.
That makes this thing a little bit more. But at this point, it is what it is. He's on the team. Why would you cut a position you're in need of? I mean, that's literally a position they're talking about drafting this year.
They're not going to decline the 5th-year option.
I'm with you in a certain sense, but I do wonder, simply based off like his value in the open market. Like I don't know that he's signing another $10 million deal elsewhere.
Yeah.
So like you probably could possibly just decline it and then
re-sign him.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, like just get him on an open market. And who's to say he comes back? I mean, I know that he likes Dan Campbell. He spoke about it in interviews and stuff like that. But like he's also had like quite the experience here that I may want a fresh start from.
Yeah.
Personally, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I wouldn't blame him.
It's been yucky. You got the snow, but who knows? Maybe he stays. I wouldn't blame him either. But I like to hear that from Brad Holmes because again, that's a guy that we both look at as superior football knowledge above us. And I mean, I think it's dope that we're bringing him back for sure next year. I just hope that he can stay healthy, continue to do good things. The Detroit Lions. But speaking of cornerbacks and the draft, let's Rob a little bit there. Is 6 too high to go with one of them guys?
No, I don't think so, honestly. We'd have to talk to Russell about that.
Yeah.
But if you're grabbing Kelly Ringo at 6, it'd obviously be a reach. A little bit of a reach, but I think it'd be worth it.
Kelly, I'm actually going to look up Tinkathon right now, actually see what they got going on. What one do you use for mock drafts? Or you just too soon to even like look?
Yeah, I normally use Tankathon though.
I'm refreshing it. 6 overall pick, Detroit Lions.
Brian Brees.
Today it's Tyree Wilson. Yeah, Texas Tech. 6'6", 275 pounds.
He's a big man.
7 sacks this year.
I watched his tape the other day.
You cool with that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll be fine with that.
Because I mean, we
you
all
can move him around too.
We're all in a bit of agreement that the needs are like defensive tackle and then corners, no?
Yeah.
What would you say, corners over defensive tackle?
I just think it's tough. None of the defensive tackles outside of Jalen Carter are like top 10 worthy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, value pick, you get a guy like that, I wouldn't be mad.
I wish Funky was still in here. I know he does. Actually, he might be still in the Woodward Sports chat. I'm curious what he has to say. I know he's a draft junkie. Miles Murphy going 5. CJ Stroud going 4. Do you think a team trades up for the Detroit Lions for a quarterback? Will Levis is at 7.
I wouldn't mind that at all. You're telling me Brad Holmes gets more picks?
Give me that all day. More first-round picks,
I'll take that all day.
The first corner off the board is Keely Ringo at number 10 to the Eagles. Why would the Eagles draft another cornerback?
Bradbury's free agent.
Oh. The next one's Joey Porter Jr. at 14.
They got Slate. Yeah, I don't think Kelly Ringo would be a stretch at 6. I really don't.
Is he that good?
Yes.
Aaron Donald drafted top 10 ? Peaceful Tim asks. I don't remember actually.
He got drafted after.
He got drafted after Ebron.
Yeah, after Ebron.
I know that. Sure. Jets trade up to 6, and we get 3 picks plus their 13. Says Mooshman, the Woodward Sports chat.
But there's no Aaron Donald in this draft, if that's what you like.
I'm not specifically making fun of you, Mooshman, but I do think it's funny. Like Detroit Lions fans, they really do be like, yeah, Texans trade the number 2 overall pick for Detroit's 6 and 14th overall. Like what?
No, that doesn't happen.
To move back to 6.
Aaron Donald was drafted 13th.
Yeah, drafted outside top 10.
Yeah.
That's actually one thing too. I probably should have like ushered this into the conversation during like Jared Goff and like if Brad Holmes and them are going to draft a quarterback this year. Is that like you do look at a Patrick Mahomes was drafted at I think he was 10 The Aaron Rodgers drafted at like 30 or 31, whatever that ended up being that season. Like, yeah, you wanted a premier talent, but it doesn't always necessarily have to be a top 10 pick to...
Yeah, no, dude, I'm going to say who I want and who I think the Lions should get, but like I have implicit trust in Brad Holmes. Whatever he does, I know will be the right decision.
Oh, you teased me. I thought you were going to say a name. You said you were going to say like who you want.
I wouldn't mind seeing them get Kelly Ringo at 6.
But
I would not mind that. I also would not mind them trading out of that pick.
I'm going to...
If somebody wants Will Levis, which somebody's going to want Will Levis.
Mm.
So if somebody wants to offer you 2 firsts for that pick, and you move back and you could still get Kelly Ringo or Joey Porter Jr., I'm doing that for sure.
It's kind of crazy thinking back on it, because didn't Chicago trade with the Cowboys to go to 9 to grab Fields? Or was that... It could have been actually well after that, but I remember the trade that was like, damn, that wasn't even that much to move.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like salty about it, like, but I guess it is what it is now. We got. I do want to bully into getting some quarterback draft talk out of you, and I apologize for not bringing this early because I do want to know like, who would be that guy outside of 6.
Yeah.
That you'd be like willing to pull the trigger on, but not before I ask you to tell us about Planet Fitness.
I will, because Planet Fitness is the official studio sponsor of the Woodward Sports Network. Also home to the Judgment Free Zone, where you can work out for just $10 a month or upgrade to the Black Card for unlimited guest privileges, hydro massage, and more. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
At work and at home. We're there with smarter security solutions, featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
At Alta.
Uptime.
Madness. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. You got a big project coming up? Alta has you covered. Make sure you guys give them a call today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Again, that's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Alta Equipment, where
uptime
matters. What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I apologize. We've been kind of all over the place. The Brad Holmes presser. I didn't know that was coming today. That hit us just an hour before the show. So we had to digest some of the news that came out of that, and I'm sure we'll grab some more stuff out of that one for tomorrow's show as well. But obviously free agency was a big part of today's show. That's why we discussed our power rankings in terms of like what free agents you want to bring the Detroit Lions to bring back, and I guess just in terms of like how this roster is going to change in general, and part of that is the draft class. Now, based off Brad Holmes' comments today, Spinny, it sounds like you don't think they're taking a quarterback with the number 6 pick.
No.
And I'm actually in agreement. Chris, actually, what do you think?
I don't think they're taking a quarterback that early. I just don't. I think that Brad Holmes, if he loves somebody, it's going to be somebody in the later rounds. I think I just don't. I don't know. My gut feeling just tells me that the top of the class isn't what he's interested in. Now, I have no clue. I've never talked to him. Don't know what the man's thinking. But from the outside perspective, it just seems like if he's going to take a shot, he's going to take a shot in the later rounds and somebody that he just thinks is that diamond in the rough. And that's kind of his MO. And I'm with it. Because how many times is the top 10 player pick, like actually a top 10 player in the draft? Like how many times is a top 10, all top 10 players in the draft? It's almost never. So the diamond in the rough is somewhere, and I trust him to find it.
And I think I'm in agreement with you guys. I went with JB, but JB doesn't have camera today. But she can call in though. We know that.
Yeah, we got that one.
Yeah, apparently I can call in, but I don't got a camera today. But I feel the same as with you guys, with Chris as well too. I don't think he sees a quarterback at the top of this list that they have right now. The Bryce Youngs, the C.J. Stroud, Will Levis. So honestly, he's probably looking for someone in the second or third round that he can mold up. He can sit behind Jared Goff to where eventually, when it's that time for them to cut ties with Jared Goff, there's your person that they can just slot right into that position.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he was quite clearly open to the fact about he believes in that method of sitting a guy behind Jared Goff. Jared Goff's deal as it sits right now, there's only 2 years left now.
Mhm.
That's this following year and the year after that one. So you gotta feel like, unless he's gonna re-up Jared Goff to that new rule theory that he likes to put out there, to like the same amount of money he's getting paid right now, which maybe I can't say for sure. I mean, he's top 10 performance this year. Maybe he does want a little bit of a raise in those later years because the cap is going up.
Yes.
YouTube TV just bought the new Sunday ticket contract, so I mean, business is booming for the NFL as always. But if he's not, 2 years left in this deal, if his theory is sitting a guy behind Goff, maybe it's coming soon. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be this draft, but that would be that year he sits and the next year competes or starts. Or it could be next one. It could still fit the theory of a guy sitting behind Goff. But if it's not number 6 and it's number 18,
number 18
with Detroit Lions, right? We have 6 and 18.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to take a quarterback there either.
No. Because you feel like anyone worth it would be gone at that point, or because
I just don't think they're going to take one that early at all.
What if there's Anthony Richardson there?
Yeah, they'd probably take him, but
I would too.
I don't think he'll be there.
That is the one name I was going to say. Chris, you had your hand up for a minute.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that you guys brought up a stat that interested me earlier when you said that Patrick Mahomes is the oldest quarterback in the AFC,
which is still not old, 27.
Yeah, and exactly, that was my point, is how young he is.
Mm-hmm.
There might actually be an advantage in drafting a young quarterback and letting him groom behind Goff, because Goff in a playoff scenario might actually be the veteran quarterback going up against the younger and less experienced quarterback. So Detroit is in a good position. They have time to be patient and make their strike whenever they're ready.
Yeah.
I mean, he could do whichever way he decides to. And you made an excellent point too with the Nate Sudfeld contract expiring this year, him just being picked up in this offseason. Just what felt like, because I had to.
Yeah.
It's
like, all right, we'll take you.
Yeah.
It felt like he really didn't want a backup quarterback at all. It felt like he wanted 0 quarterbacks other than Goff.
I think they're just pissed the way those guys perform. I mean, Blau and Boyle. Blau I like better than Boyle personally, but that didn't mean he's like.
We saw them both on week 18, and neither of them should be in the NFL.
Neither of them did well, exactly. And that's a perfect scenario, though. If you're building something up, you just heard our fearless leader, a guy that I feel like if you were to do like approval ratings, probably at a 90% at this point with Brad Holmes.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? He's a believer in taking that guy, let him sit. You know that Nate Sudfeld's expiring. I just, at 18, you said you don't think Richardson would be there?
No, I don't.
I can see him going a little bit early, too. I ain't going to lie.
I'd King Horse to draft Julio J and let him sit behind young Chris.
They got Anthony Richardson actually at 13 on Tankathon right now.
To
the Jets.
Oh, the Jets. Yeah.
That is
wow.
Hendon Hooker's still available.
Yeah, but see,
Hendon Hooker's not going first round though.
That was a name I liked.
It was a name I liked, but not in the first round.
Also,
as
he's
you
injured.
Yeah, you can get him in the third.
Like 26.
Yeah, like second or third.
The age is what does it most for me. If he had that injury and he was 23 or 22,
yeah,
I wouldn't be worried about that.
Because that's the other part of it too for me is like he's sitting a year behind Goff, not because like
he wouldn't start. Possibly start a game in the NFL until he's like 28 years old.
Exactly.
That's like Brandon Wheaton shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm good on that.
Although, because how old were you when Brandon Wheaton came out?
Brandon Wheaton was 28 when he got drafted.
No, how old were you?
Oh, how old was I?
Yeah, do you remember like around like what age or grade?
No, I don't remember.
Like 20?
Because I always like...
No, that was way before that. I was in high school still, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was a while ago.
Yeah, that's a minute ago for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris.
Like 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure that was when I was in high school still, yeah.
Who do you as JB, because you're actually a little bit older than us.
What's up?
Who do you think is a better prospect between Wheaton and what's Hooker?
Hendon Hooker for sure.
Oh, Hendon Hooker, yeah.
I mean, Brandon Wheaton was a first round pick though.
When Flannel Sam was up here, and he was spouting off those numbers for Hendon Hooker, I was like, damn.
They sounded nice.
They did sound hella nice.
Hendon Hooker had a great year, obviously. He's a very talented guy.
I guess if you were to do a Hendon Hooker, it's definitely going to be while you're drunk. No, I'm just kidding. While you're like a later round pick, for sure.
You're Hendon Hooker, right?
No, for us, definitely like a later round pick because, yeah, you get him on that rookie deal and you get him while he's younger, but like that younger ain't lasting too long. He's already going to be the same age as Patrick Mahomes is this year.
Yes.
By the time he's actually ready to play.
Yeah.
And he's coming back off of an injury too, but still the talent.
Very talented.
Very talented. But the name that I would be searching for is Anthony Richardson, and I can't say for sure that he goes 13. I mean, quarterbacks get talked about all the time. Obviously, it worked for Malik Willis last year, but
if you could tell me they're getting Hendon Hooker in like the 4th round, I'll be like, hell yeah. But like, I feel like he's gonna go late 2nd round.
Because I almost even feel like, all right, Will Levis stats: 2,406 yards.
Yeah, he had a shit year this year.
He had 19 touchdowns, 10 interceptions.
This is his freshman year, I think, or his sophomore year, where he had great stats.
Anthony Richardson, 2,549 yards, 17 touchdowns, so 2 less touchdowns, and 9 interceptions, so 1 less interception. I don't understand why there's such a big gap between the two. And I feel like even
I don't know. Will Levis is more pro-ready, is what people say.
That does make sense.
Yeah.
I can't argue that.
I like Richardson though, man. I brought up his stats, compared him to Josh Allen's stats, and they're very, very similar.
I know. Like if there was a guy,
yeah, he's built damn near same size.
Be the guy.
Has the cannon like Josh Allen does. Obviously has the athleticism like Josh Allen does, and they have very similar stats in college. Very similar.
In terms of like Tinkathon too, that's the last quarterback off the board in that 1st round. But like, I mean, I guess I leave that question open to people in the Woodward Sports chat. You guys listening? Like, would you be cool if he was available at 18, which is not telling us it's going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
Would you pull the trigger? You said yes.
On Richardson?
Yeah.
Yeah, if he was there, yeah, I would take him.
Would he be like your first option?
Yes, probably.
Me too.
Depends on what I mean. Yeah, unless something crazy happens, somebody fell.
JB.
I guess I'm taking him. I guess I would.
Don't feel bad for disagreeing. I know.
No, because I'm looking at it.
I know I bully people.
I'm looking at it right now. Just like I don't know if Kelly Ringo is gonna be there.
I'll take Kelly Ringo at 6.
Yeah.
You take him at 6?
Yeah.
Over Tyree Wilson?
Yeah, probably.
Ooh. I don't know. I kind of like Tyree Wilson a little bit more.
He looks good, yeah, but like, I just think we need cornerback more than we need edge rush.
I'm not as familiar. Yeah, that makes sense. That'd be the one, I guess, case I'd make.
Because it's like Kelly Ringo. I think Kelly Ringo is going to be in that like 2nd half of the top 10.
I mean, don't skip over the free agents that are going to be available this year as well too. I mean, you still
For
got
corners
Marcus.
or for-
Yeah,
Yeah.
You still got Marcus Peters and a bunch of other people as well
Marcus
too.
Peters, Bradley Roby, James Bradbury.
So that's somewhere they could also look too.
But also like, those guys are going to be charging like $10+ million a year each.
You think?
Yeah, for sure.
I guess-
Marcus Peters would probably be the cheapest one because he's like 35. Or
30 ain't even really that old. I feel
Bradley
like.
Roby's pretty old. I think he's 31, so those two will be cheap. But Bradbury's probably going to get 11 mil, 10 mil a year.
Let me see. I'm going all cornerbacks right here.
Yeah, Bradbury's 29, Roby's 30, Peters is 30 as well too.
Which Roby?
Robo 35. I love Joey Porter Jr. I'm a big Joey Porter Jr. guy, but you're not taking him at 6.
No. I don't think.
And I thought
he's
he's not going to be there at 18.
Actually, I don't know. I mean, I can't even fully speak on it because I have yet to see
He'll
him.
be 10 to 15.
Yeah. How do you feel like Patrick Peterson's been his last like 2 years? These past 2 years specifically.
Patrick Peterson?
Yeah.
He's been solid.
I'm only asking
He's
because
not what he was, obviously.
he's 32 and Peters is 30, so I'm wondering like how much life, like cornerback, like elite.
I mean, it's still.
cornerback
How
life
old
left.
is Stephon Gilmore's like 32? Or?
Stephon Gilmore, different breed though. He's a former defensive, player of the
I
year.
mean, Patrick Peterson and Marcus Peters are pretty damn good. In their
Yeah,
primes.
Patrick Peterson is prime for sure.
PP12, he's a Pro Bowler for like 6 years in a row.
Yeah, I always
so
wondered.
Marcus Peters is a multiple-time Pro Bowler. Like,
I wish I could get like I wish I could speak to like a Richard Sherman or I mean, I guess I know Richard's story.
Talk to Slay, man.
He was injuries. Yeah, but I guess I want to talk from a retired aspect, like.
Oh yeah. Because
I always had the theory in my head that like a receiver could bounce to a tight end when he grows slower in his later years.
Mhm.
And it's same thing with like a cornerback. We've seen actually Charles Woodson did this.
they could bounce to safety.
A safety, yeah. Because like I feel like Marcus Peters would be a dog ass safety.
Yeah.
A playmaker, but we have that in Kirby.
Yeah. Don't need a safety. Lions do not need a safety.
I agree.
They need a cornerback. They need an interior defensive lineman.
Emmanuel Mosley, I like that. I wouldn't be mad at that one.
Yeah.
I mean, he's with San Fran right now. It's a good defensive scheme. I just don't know what he is. I know that Eazy's a big man coverage guy.
Yeah.
Eli Apple.
No. Eli Apple's buzz.
I feel like he's I feel like he gets like a
bad rap.
Yeah.
He talked shit and then got cooked in the Super Bowl.
It happens. I mean, it's gonna happen at that position.
I know, but like he was talking mad shit and got cooked.
What was he saying?
He was talking shit to OBJ, I'm pretty sure. Or
Mike Hughes.
Somebody. I forget.
There's another Trey Flowers who plays cornerback. That's kind of crazy. I don't know, JB. Are you looking at these cornerbacks right now?
Yeah, I was looking at a few of them. I'm off on Eli Apple, but
they keep in mind
Patrick Peterson. Yeah, that's a name that can float around there.
I just don't know.
He'd be 32 at that point.
I'd rather have one of these young studs on a young deal.
Yeah. I mean, Bradbury's like 29, but it's essentially 30.
I think Kelly Ringo's going to be damn good.
We'll see. I mean, we'll get Russ on this week. How about that? We'll get an actual draft expert, but you know who's the expert with their meat?
Spencer. No, the butchery, obviously, because the official meat supplier of the Woodward Sports Network is the butchery. Call 248-682-2697. Yes, 248-682-COWS. Or move on over and order online at thebutcherysl.com. Shipping included for Woodward Sports customers. The Butchery. Meats, eats, and treats. Sandwiches to die for. Wagyu meats and artisan breads inspired by the legend Chef Dave. Only the best of the best for our meat-loving customers. An old-school butcher shop from a new-school perspective.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
As chilly weather approaches, Big Boy's got the perfect comfort meals for you. Try our hearty classic meatloaf or our creamy Cajun chicken Alfredo. These will be sure to leave you craving for more. How about breakfast? Our stuffed potato pancakes are back with our lumberjack, blockbuster, and Santa Fe Garden. These potato pancakes will definitely fill you up. Whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, come stock up on the perfect comfort meal today. We'll see you soon at Big Boy.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the three biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been I'm not snoring anymore, I have a lot of energy, it's great, and oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
The Foley Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foley. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play and private lane reservation for $120. If you get thirsty, they got a $2 mystery beer vending machine and multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. Make sure you go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at FoleyWarehouse.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. Today's show went fast.
It did. We had a lot to talk about, man.
There was. It's crazy because we actually had like a whole different sheet of prep.
Yep.
But the Brad Holmes stuff, I mean, yeah.
It takes priority.
Yes, 100%.
When Brad Holmes speaks, you listen.
And as I've said too, like he keeps things pretty transparent.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so for him to say like Goff is your starter, you're damn right he's your starter.
Oh, for sure.
Without question. I guess the points that he also said, he drafted guys to sit behind Goff for a minute. It's like he's just always been transparent.
Mm-hmm.
Just never give up. But like I feel like that's the best way to operate. Certain moments, but like communication's clear.
Communication's key, and especially that position. Obviously, some of it was probably GM talk or whatever you want to call it.
100%.
But that's what you got to do. You got to go out there and you got to, especially coming off of this season where he has a lot of reasons to be very excited for the growth of the team, for the growth of the players that he drafted this year.
Yeah.
Let alone the one he had last year when you're looking at Penei Sewell and Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's very impressive for what they did starting at 1-6. He even said that. He said Dan Campbell has an elite ability.
Yeah, elite.
To pull guys out of the darkness.
Yes.
To pull people out of the depths Like when you start 1-6 and he continues to have these guys bought in, he continues to have these guys fighting for him and playing for him. He said there's some people are just born with it, is what he said. And Dan Campbell is one of those people.
One other thing, again, we said these things throughout the show, but we're just, I guess, like recapping real quick, is that he also said they're not going to necessarily spend a ton of money in free agency. So if people are like, I'm so hyped up for a possibility of Deron Payne or even your guy Trey Edmond, I just don't see it happening based off like the conversations that he had today with the media. I was going to make a funny.
No, he said that he wouldn't just. He basically said he wouldn't just go out and spend money to spend money.
Yeah,
it's got to be the right guy. It's got to be the right fit.
Yeah,
and sometimes big money guys aren't good for you because they don't fit, so they have to match. So I'm sure if.
Yeah, because somebody said Devin Bush in the Woodward Sports chat earlier, and I was like, yeah, he's from a 3-4 defense.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's just not our scheme. It's not what the Detroit Lions are doing. I forgot what the hell I was about to say. Something about transparency.
We can talk about the Red Wings for the last 5 minutes.
I'd say, let's talk about Bert.
Yeah,
that guy's a rock star. He deserves some shine.
Bert's coming back. Red Wings are playing tonight.
Bert's
Obviously,
buzzing,
it should be a big game. The boys are buzzing. I sent the Chris probably didn't make the graphic of it because
what is it?
He hates the Red Wings. Just the line combinations for tonight's game. You're looking with Bert coming back and what's going to be going on. You obviously got the original first line of the last couple of years, which is Bertuzzi, Larkin, and Raymond. You got Rasmussen, Koppenberger in the second line, Fabry, Valeno, and Perron in the third line, and then Kubalik, Suter, and Sundqvist on the fourth line. So a little bit of a shuffling around there, but I'm happy to see Bert back out there. He brings a lot to the game, brings a lot of hustle, brings a lot of plays, obviously brings a little bit of an edge as well as that scoring ability. And he is a big locker room guy. Everybody in that locker room loves Bert. Dude, he's a rock star. He's one of the most beloved Red Wings on the team. So very, very excited to see him back, to see what he can do, to see what kind of boost he can bring to this team that has been struggling recently. I believe they play the Jets? I don't know.
I'll look right now. There's my Google machine. I'll be watching. I mean,
but yeah, it's the Red Wings they play the Jets, and the Jets are a pretty damn good team. So we're gonna need a lot out of Bert. We're gonna need him to obviously he'll probably be back in that power play one.
Duran versus Embiid possibly too for the Pistons. I heard
they're playing again. Didn't they just play?
I don't know if they did. I didn't watch it. I know that I'm excited to watch it, but I did hear some things about Duran might not play. I don't know what's going on with that situation. Did you hear? Did I just pull that?
He didn't play their last game. I know that.
Damn.
And Borat Shabali, no, Datsuk is not playing tonight. Unfortunately, he's got the Russia flu.
He's got the Folga.
Yeah, he's got the Folga. He's been out for a little while.
Big time Folga. I thought the Jets are good.
Huh?
I thought the Jets are good.
The Jets are good. I said they're a good team.
I thought you gave him like a little. The delivery for it, I felt was a little.
I didn't know. I said the Jets.
That makes more sense.
No, yeah,
no Duran tonight and no Bogdanovich, sore ankle.
Yikes! Yeah, not watching that. That's gonna be a slog.
All right, we're watching Bert.
Hey,
any Pistons guys that don't watch Red Wings routinely or typically? I honestly like Bert is worth the price of admission.
I mean, yeah. he's not that great. I mean, he's good. I love Bert. He's not like a superstar.
My experience of it was
Bertuzzi's a very fun player to watch for sure.
Opening night, and it could be being opening night, but against the Lightning.
Spartans play tonight too.
Big Michigan dub over them. Not big. Michigan, what was 9-5?
I mean they're both not great teams.
But Hunter Dickinson was talking hella shit.
Yeah, he's a punk. Dude.
Matter of fact, he's lucky that the Lions had as big of a media day that they did attention because like that would have been a big story
for sure.
Because he has his own little podcast at Barstool now. It's called Round Basketball. Stupid name. I don't mind Hunter Dickinson. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I think he's a fantastic college basketball player. He's huge.
He's all right.
It's hard to find matchups against him.
6 rebounds against Central.
He's a giant human, but the guys on the podcast with them. Because I looked for stuff to clip to poke at them about that stuff. Douchebags.
Go to Michigan.
Absolute douchebag. They're like clout chasers. It feels like almost.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
It's like weird. It's cringe. And the one guy has that weird New York accent. Like
I hate Hunter Dickinson more than any other Michigan player ever. I think.
Get the fuck out of here.
I really do. I really think so. Football or basketball. I mean, Mike Hart was up there for a while, but I at least respected Mike Hart.
Yeah.
For what he did, for how the player he was, but Hunter Dickinson's just a bitch.
Devin Bush.
Yeah. Devin Bush.
That's probably my number one. And he didn't even talk. He was mad disrespectful.
That was.
Kind
I
of
hated
POS.
that shit.
Yeah.
That was a POS move for sure. But Hunter Dickinson, man, he is just he's gonna be great in China. He's going to be great in China, I'll tell you that. But that'll do it for us tonight. We appreciate you guys. Big sports night tonight. Obviously, we got Pistons, we got Spartans, we got Red Wings. Make sure you guys tap in. You know where we are. We're live on WoodwardSports.com Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. For him, the one to my left, Speak Easy. We got Chris Platty and JB in the TD booth together. I am Spencer Exter. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.